Okay, so about 3 months ago, Sony announced two brand new cameras, the Sony A7C Mark II and the Sony A7cii. I made a video about it, and in that video, I said quite firmly that I was not going to upgrade. Yet, 3 months later, here we are, and you will have just seen my unboxing. I am the proud new owner of a Sony A7C Mark II, and I am very, very excited. So in this video, I wanted to share a little bit of an unboxing, first impressions, and why I decided to pull the plug and make that upgrade. So let's get into it. So for the past 3 years, I have been the owner of the A7C Mark I. I bought it when it was first released back in 2020, and I've absolutely loved using the camera. It's probably been my favorite camera to use to date. It's small, compact size, yet having that full frame ability has been an absolute game changer. I loved it. I've used it endlessly for photo and video. I've absolutely hammered the camera, to be honest with you, and I've been really, really pleased with all of the results that I've had, from travel photos to YouTube videos and everything in between. So why was it then that I decided to make the upgrade to the Mark II? Firstly, the most obvious one is it is a higher megapixel camera. The Sony A7C Mark I is a 24 megapixel camera, and the Mark II has been upgraded to a 33 megapixel camera. For me personally, I do shoot in crop mode quite a lot. When I'm out and about, I like to go sometimes with just one lens, especially when I'm shooting street photography. And this enables me to almost have two focal lengths. So I use it in APS-C mode so that I can compose within the camera and get my framing right. And those extra megapixels will be really, really helpful so that I don't lose as much quality in the crop. On top of that, I think there's been some adjustments and improvements to the EVF, the electronic viewfinder. I have to be honest, I have trained myself probably, I guess, not to use this as much. It's really not that brilliant on the Mark I, and I have found myself using the screen more than anything, but I do use that viewfinder to review my images quite a lot when I'm out and about, especially on bright days. So an improvement to that certainly will be really, really nice. It's definitely not the best amongst the Sony lineup, but an improvement is good. The grip, to start with, has been slightly improved and increased in size. It is a small camera, but the grip on the Mark I is quite tiny, and I have small hands, but just that little bit of extra grip is really, really helpful for when you're holding the camera, and gives you a little bit more security on the camera. The second thing is that they have increased the amount of dials on the camera, physical dials. I like physical dials. So especially adding a wheel on the front of the camera is going to be a real, real bonus, especially when shooting in manual mode. So you have a wheel for both your shutter speed and your aperture, because I didn't enjoy using the scroll wheel on the back that much. In addition to that, they've added the mode button, which I really like. I've used other Sony cameras that have it. It changes you between photo mode, video mode and S&Q. So you have far more options to customize and have presets and settings set so that you can shoot both photo, video, and switch between the two really seamlessly and have all the settings that you need without too much fumbling about. So I'm really excited for all of those changes. A big other one is the menu system. Again, I've used other Sony cameras with the newer menu system. The Mark I had the old menu system, which, to be honest, is pretty tragic. I managed to train myself to use it reasonably well and seamlessly, but I've literally just unboxed this camera and I quickly went into the menus and started changing a few things about, because I wanted to film this A-roll on it today because I was too excited to wait. And it's so much more intuitive, and it's just much, much easier and more seamless to use. So I can't wait to kind of get into it soon and really set up and customize all my settings that I want to use to make my life nice and simple and be able to not miss a moment and not miss the shot. I'm making more and more video content. I'm really enjoying making these YouTube videos. So the improved autofocus really, really got me. The one thing on the Mark 1 that I was starting to find really sluggish and quite frustrating was the autofocus. I often found when filming myself, especially in videos like this, that I was missing the focus, and there's nothing more annoying than having to retake, especially when you've nailed it. So the improvements in the autofocus will be greatly appreciated, and again, I've used it in other Sony cameras and it's absolutely fantastic. And you have all of those different specific focus points you can choose for people and animals and vehicles, and I can't wait to try that out. And I've seen some promo videos, and of course I've been down the YouTube rabbit hole myself, and it looks like it's super fast and locks on really nicely. Other improvements for video that I particularly will benefit from and value is you can shoot 4K at 30 frames per second with no crop, and the biggie, the improved color science, so you can shoot in 10-bit color. And I'm really keen to try out S-Cinetone, which is available on this camera, because I feel like it's time to up my level, up my game on my color grading. I've been a bit lazy in the past, and it's not something I really enjoy, but I am determined to improve it, to improve the production quality for these videos. And that pretty much summarizes my personal highlights of the upgrade. Of course, there are many, and there's many videos that have gone into loads and loads of detail around that, but this is not one of those videos. This is just what I kind of value from it, being what you would maybe call a hybrid shooter, both photo and video. And I think there's real worthy upgrades in both of them, and I take back everything I said about not upgrading 3 months ago. As I say, here we are. I really hope you found this video useful. Stay tuned for more A7C Mark II content coming soon, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next video.